Hi everyone, we are on chapter 6 of Elmer and the Dragon. Chapter 5 got interesting. Elmer met a canary which he actually knew. It was a canary that he had in a cage when he was younger, and the canary escaped. And all birds that escape are supposed to fly, or thought to fly, to Feather Island, which is the island that Elmer and the dragon are on right now. So, the flute, the canary, told Elmer and the dragon about the king of all the canaries, who is sick and is plagued with a disease, and they're calling it the disease of curiosity. He's so curious about something that's on the island, and Elmer has been asked to meet with the king. And so the chapter 6 is called King Can, that's the name of the king, King Can number 11. And there were 10 kings before this who all died of curiosity. Flute perched on Elmer's shoulder, and together they went to the biggest tree in the forest. Flute flew up into the branches, and Elmer heard him chirp. "Good morning, Queen Can. An old friend of mine has just arrived on the island, and I'd like to introduce him to the king." So that's Flute talking to the queen. "Is that your friend down there?" asked the sleek, tiny queen suspiciously. "Yes, he let me out of my cage back in Nevergreen City. The king isn't very well, you know." "I know. That's why I want to introduce my friend. I think he can help the king, perhaps." "Well, I'll go see if he's receiving any visitors. You wait here," said the queen. Soon the queen flew back, all flustered. The king will be down right away." I was surprised. He never before has been so eager to see anyone. Elmer felt flattered and quickly tucked in his shirt, straightened up his cap, so he looked nice for the king. Suddenly the king flew out of the branches and landed at Elmer's feet. Elmer was kind of disappointed. The king just looked like an ordinary canary, only bigger and a little bit fluffier than the others. "This is my dear friend Elmer Elevator," said Flute. "Hello, won't you sit down?" said King Can the 11th. "Thank you," said Elmer, squatting down on the pine needles. There's the king between Elmer's legs. No pictures, so I'm just going to read, so you guys have to imagine. "It's a great honor to have you on our island," said the king. "It's a great honor to be here," said Elmer. "The queen said that Flute said that you might be able to help me. Is that right?" asked the king. "Yes," said Elmer. "I thought perhaps I could help you to find out whatever you're so curious to know. And then all the other birds wouldn't be so curious to know why you're curious, and everyone could get well." Said the king. "Did you have some special plan?" "You'd have to help by telling me what's bothering you," said Elmer. "That's what I was afraid of. Why, this has been a family secret for ever since my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was a canary." "No, I couldn't possibly tell you," snorted King Can the 11th. "Then I can't help you after all," said Elmer, getting up. "I'm sorry I bothered you, Your Majesty." about this. Goodbye. Elmer and Flute sadly started back through the pines. Just a moment, called the king. Maybe we could work something out. I'm awfully tired of being curious. Yes, by gosh, I believe I will tell you. But you can't dare tell anyone else. I promise, said Elmer. Flute, go up and chatter with the queen. Your friend and I wish to be alone. The king whispered to Elmer, You can't imagine how hard it is for me to tell you my family secret. I'm sure it's very difficult, said Elmer helpfully. Well, the secret is, oh, I can't tell you now. Could you come back at sundown? I can't say it in this bright sunlight. I understand, said Elmer, and I'll be glad to come back later. You called to Flute, who has been trying hard. He called up to Flute, who had been trying hard not to yawn in front of the queen, and together they went off to find the dragon. Well, did you see the king? Asked the dragon, who was resting comfortably beside the pool. His stomach was bulging with skunk cabbages and ostrich ferns. Yes, but I'm really curious. I'm to go back at sundown, and then he's going to tell me the secret. It's a very old family secret. I just can't stand it, said Flute. Oh, I'll be so glad to get rid of this curiosity plague. I'll do my best, said Elmer, taking a long drink of water and settling down next to the dragon to eat 8 tangerines. Elmer and the dragon fell fast asleep with Flute, while Flute went all over the island spreading the news, and they were all waiting for sundown. That's chapter 6. We'll see you on chapter 7.